Welcome to Balls Deep, the CBNPC TV podcast sort of video.
Kind of. To start with.
It's a test. It's an experiment. We're just going to see how it goes. We've got a few questions we're going to work through, and we should probably answer the questions again that we were talking about before. Like the stupidest thing we've done.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
oh, I've got a good one. Right, we're going to start off with what is the worst airsoft buy for you? Your phone's ringing.
Worst ever?
Yeah. Either the biggest waste of money, the biggest letdown, or just the shittest thing you've bought in airsoft.
Oh, that's so easy. It is my Cybergun FN57.
Oh,
I so wanted to love that gun. The hop up went on it. The trigger, it's I don't know. It's well maintained, but the trigger, it's just, if you don't fire the trigger for a few days, the first trigger pull is so stiff. It's almost like it's stuck on something. But I've stripped it. There's nothing that's getting stuck on. It's just cursed.
Although you did break a window with it at one point.
Oh well, yeah. When it fired, it was beautiful. But I don't think I've ever skirmished it once, where I've gone for a full mag. Or just even, I've not even got through a full mag without it either jamming or not firing or misfeeding or... it was 157 quid as well.
So it's not like a cheap...
No.
It's not a budget
I
pistol,
thought, right,
is it?
I won't go cheap. I'll get something a bit more high end, and it's just totally come and bit me in the ass. So yeah.
Is it like compatible with the Maru one?
No, not at all, because
not
it's CO2 mags. And they don't fit in... Because I was trying to give my CO2 mags away to someone who had a TM one. My good friend, I've forgotten his name, Graham. Good friend.
Good.
Yeah, but he
Don't fit at all.
So
Sweet.
So how about yourself?
Well, my official, I can without a doubt, Airsoft Innovations Tornado Grenade.
What's wrong with that?
Everything, man. Right, I hear good things before everybody's going to be shouting, oh, not bad, they're great. They're not. I hear a lot of good things about the impact ones, and I've been killed by an impact one.
I see. I've never been killed by a tornado. Now you mention it,
Yeah.
I've never.
So the impact ones, they go off as soon as they hit the floor. Oh, shit. Sorry, sound. Should probably not leave it there, should I?
Be right.
Right. So the impact ones, they go off as soon as they hit the ground. That's great. The timed ones, the mechanism is just... So for those of you who don't know, a tornado grenade, I should have brought one with... I was messing with it before I came out.
Picture here.
Pardon me. So tornado grenade, it's Airsoft Innovations' idea of a distraction device, or a...
It's BFG-esque
It's kind of like a BFG
frag thingy.
for people who aren't allowed to use BFGs, because I'm pretty sure a lot of states in America aren't allowed to use BFGs.
Really? Why?
Because reasons. I don't know. I might be completely wrong on that, but I know I've seen other podcasts where people have been going on about. I think Airsoftology mentioned the SWAT VTG,
Right.
and then a lot of people in the comments were like, "Oh, they're so dangerous. You could put a real bullet in there and kill the world." So, the tornado grenade. The idea is it's.
I'm just trying to figure out how you can fit a real bullet in there.
You
really
couldn't.
There's no space, is there? Yeah. All right. Carry on.
So I think the idea here is don't eat some really spicy food just before a podcast because I'm dying. So the tornado grenade, for those who aren't aware, is basically like a cylinder that holds propane, and then outside the cylinder is a casing that's got like a spiral BB reservoir on the outside. You fill these reservoirs with BBs, and when you pull the pin, the piston gets pushed up by the gas, and it just forces the gas out of these side bits, and it makes the grenade spin, and BBs fly out. Now, when they first announced these, it's good few years ago now.
Easily.
It is good, definitely a long time ago now. They were saying that this is the best grenade in airsoft,
It's the next big thing.
they were showing these amazing videos of people whaling them into rooms, and they were going off in the air in slow motion and spinning round, and it showed BBs flying out everywhere, and players going in slow motion. So I bought one, pre-ordered it, and it arrived. I got it from fire support. Pardon me, excuse me. I'll be cutting all these burps and shit out, I reckon.
No, you won't.
Probably not. So I bought one, and I bought the bright yellow one, and it arrived. and follow the instructions. It says take the cap off, push the piston up, drop 2 or 3 thingies, spriggets of. Comes with like this silicone oil sort of stuff, really thick gloopy stuff. And then you gotta like push the piston back and forth to get it wet, and then you pop the pin in, pop some gas in, fill it up with BBs, put the bottom on, make sure the little plug's closed. I made this mistake once as well. There's a little plug, and if you leave it open, for some reason when you pull the pin, it just goes the fuck off straight away. So basically, it's supposed to have 2 settings. One that I believe is like 2 seconds and it goes off, and one's like 4 seconds. So I put it on the 2-second one. Once I put it in the guard, there were no BBs in it, I just wanted to see it going off. So I put it in the guard and pulled the pin, stepped back and waited. And it took about 2 to 5 minutes. And I thought, fair enough, it's the first time it's ever had gas in and gone off.
Still, the first time you buy it, you want it to go off first. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I thought maybe it just needs wearing it, maybe it's not lubed enough. So I lubed it again, put gas in. Same thing, about 2 to 5 minutes. Did this about 8 times and it weren't getting any better. In fact, it was getting worse. So we got to the last time I tried it. I pulled the pin, put it down, and I like moved away and I was waiting and waiting. And I started a timer on my bloody phone, and I'm watching this thing, like, and I'm just stood in the kitchen. This is out on the back on the patio sort of thing, and I'm like watching. And I'm wandering about, getting a drink, coming back, and it's been about 10-15 minutes and it's not moved. So I walk out, I take the base plate off. Because the base plate is what directs the gas. Now I just take it inside, put it on my desk, think, fucking thing's not going to go off. So I'll leave my timer running, stop playing some video games or whatever, just fanning about. And then later on that night, there's this poof! I shit bricks because I was in the middle of playing like Killing Floor or some shit, shooting zombies, and this thing just goes poof! Looked at my timer, which was still going. It was just over 8 hours later. 8 hours. So I got in touch with the company who I bought it off, and they were like, send it back, we'll send you another one, but we don't have a yellow one, so I'll send you a black one. I'm like, that's fine, I'll just spray paint it. So it arrived. This one worked like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, sweet. I bought the distraction device kit as well, which means you can put a little membrane on and it goes. That is literally about as loud as it goes.
It's devastating.
Yeah, it says 100 decibel bang. There's an outtake video, CBMPC outtake, where I set one off in the car with Shorty. It's just.
What was that? What that was?
That was that.
Right,
it's supposed to be 100 decibel.
I thought that was
bang.
literally the grenade just gone off.
No, that's
awesome.
It's supposed to be 100 decibels. So it arrived. The second one arrived, and it worked a couple of times. I took it to a game, deployed it. It went in the room, and everybody's like, "Grenade, grenade!" Waiting. Then they come back and start shooting again. Kill me. I go and pick up the grenade, disarm it, nothing happens. So I just vent the gas out myself, lube it back up, fill it back up. Next game, say to the marshal, right, nuts, I'm going to pop this tornado grenade in there. It's probably not going to work, but if it does, nobody's going to know it goes off anyway, because it's like a mouse farting. So I said, we go in there and check it out. So he walks in, I pop it in, nothing happens, same thing. I'm like, fucking same thing again. But this time, it took about 2 to 5 minutes. So I threw the grenade in, everybody's like, grenade, grenade, run away. Then they come back to try and shoot me, and they're like, right next to this grenade. And it actually went off. The only time I have ever got a tornado kill is because it took so long to go off, everybody forgot about it. It is the worst piece of crap I've ever bought. 80 quid. This is where when I told Shorty, I'm like, 80 quid is like, fuck off. I'm like, oh, 80 quid is like, fuck off. Not worth it at all. Don't get a tornado grenade. Although they are making a new grenade.
No, don't. You're just asking for fucking trouble.
Asking for absolute disappointment.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
80 quid?
80 quid.
Fuck off.
Exactly.
Probably need to bleep that out, but.
Nah, fuck it. So yeah, just so you know, there's probably going to be some harsh language in here.
Yeah.
And just random opinions that you might not agree with, but if you don't, fuck off. Yeah. So to contrast from that, what's the best thing you bought?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Ever. This one's more difficult.
Oh god, this really is. That I've been the most surprised with, or...
Either the most surprised with, or the best value for money, or best performing, or has never let you down, or is just the best bit of kit you've bought.
You know what? It's not even mine. It's Matty's. It's the L96.
Ah.
It's a it's a well 8L96, and it just doesn't stop firing. It's still firing at about, I think it was 460 last time we had it chronoed.
Respect, straight out the box on upgrades as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not bad.
Fires like a laser. When we took it up to Gamblers.
Yeah.
Just
I was watching the video the other day where you're about to jump across that gap, and you're like, "Ooh." Like if you jump, we'll split. If you fall, we'll split the 250 quid, and then you gun straight across your chest as well.
Yeah, you can fall on it and everything. It doesn't break. I
agree with that. They're pretty tough, well built.
Yeah.
Brick shit houses.
Yeah, then I think about 149 quid. I think from Airsoft World, I believe at the time. That to me it's probably lasted the longest. Never had any issues. Never needed to upgrade.
Never needed to downgrade.
Yeah. It just fires beautifully. It fires like a laser. We should
probably do a video spotlight on that sometime then.
Yeah, definitely. It needs it. What about you? What's?
See, it's really difficult for me because there's like at least 4 things that I think are the best things ever that I've ever bought.
Well, what are all 4 then? And then go into
Glock 17.
by
My KWA Glock 17.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Built like a brick shit house. Fires every time. It is an absolute dream. Range like 1,000,000 miles. Maybe that's an exaggeration.
Yeah,
but
it's close enough.
It's close enough. At least 9,000 miles.
Yeah.
Then my ICS M4.
Yeah.
Which I've had since 2007, and I've used it on and off as my main weapon since, and it is again right now my main weapon. I say weapon, it's not really the right thing to say, is it? They're not weapons, though. My main plinker.
Yeah.
My main AEG.
A weapon. It's fine.
Alright. So my main AEG, it's been that way for a long time, and it is 90% of the time never let me down. There was a time where the motor shit bricks and started screaming at me. I broke a tappet plate once. That's literally the only problems. Oh, and the wiring, because I rewired it and used the shittest wire ever, and it like just cut out, and that's just because of my own inept wiring skills, really, more than anything.
I think out of all the fixing skills, it's wiring that lets us down a bit, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. The other thing, my APS 2, without a doubt.
Oh god, how long do you have that?
I was dude. I've had it since about 2002, 2003.
Oh, shit. Really? That long?
Yeah. It was like 18 when I got it.
Fuck's sake. Bloody hell.
Hang on. 2000 I was 16, 17, 18. 19. Yeah. 2002 then.
Fuck.
So I got that off a guy called Rob Lawson, Mind's Eye. Me and Lofty actually went to Manchester. We saw you on the train when we went to get it. You were on the train going to Manchester as well. And me and Lofty turned up.
Vaguely remember.
And I had a white box for me. You're like, what's in that? I'm like, shotgun, just on the train. Everybody around me, I'm like, just putting it on the thing. So yeah, basically, it's a Maruzen APS-2 sniper version with full internal PSS-2 upgrades. So everything is upgraded internally. The only thing that is stock is the hop unit. Everything else is upgraded. So it's got a tighter barrel, trigger sears, trigger, piston, everything. I can't even think what's in the thing now. All the stuff is upgraded, and it is doing like between 490 to 500 every shot. It is so consistent, and it has been an amazing. In fact, I used this. This is the reason I didn't use an AEG for about 4 years. I just used this and either an Infinity or a Glock 26.
Oh yeah, you tend to take your MP7 out as well.
Well, that were later on when SWAT times.
Yeah.
But yeah, APS-2 has been the brick shithouse of sniper rifles that I've ever owned. I've owned like 2 of them. I managed to get the limited edition one for like 100 quid.
Where from?
It's the forums. So it were 0 in.
Yeah.
So it was on there, and I was just looking through, and I scrolled back. This is probably 2009 now, and I'd scrolled back 3 years through the things, just looking there. It said limited edition Maruzen APS-2 camo version. They released it. It was the worst camo ever. Horrible. But there were like 250 of them made or something, and it had gone like from 400 quid down. And he ended up selling the upgraded parts separately, and it was just basically, it had the same classic army. In fact, no, it had the stock. It was alright, basically. I got it for.
It was worth 100 quid.
It had been there for ages, and nobody had bought it. And I thought, there's not a chance he's still got this. So I dropped him a message on the off chance, and he went, "Yeah, I've still got it." Like, how much will you take for it? He went, 100 quid. I'm like, yeah, and it came with a rifle bag, which I've still got, and like 40 magazines. So I've got like eight mags or something for my APS2 now.
Yeah.
But that we're only doing 350 or 330, but still, it's
Fucking hell.
really good gun. But I swapped that for an MP5.
Which one?
My ICS
The one
one
you got at
that
the
I've
moment?
got.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell, yeah. That MP5 came with about 8 magazines, a rail, 2 stocks. It were ridiculous, all the shit that came with it. But it was a 2-ton, so I had to spray.
Yeah.
So. But it with the foregrip and the stock, so
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I've totally forgot what the other thing was now. Glock M4
APS.
APS. My first Tokyo Marui MP5 SD5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was my first proper AG. I had an Academy XM177 before that shit itself out of its barrel, basically.
Yeah.
But the first, I don't know if it's like looking back in like that sort of
I think
nostalgic
it's just nostalgia,
eyes.
isn't it? Yeah.
But that thing, especially after going from an Academy AG, which was shit. I had 2 of them though. Same with 2 Academy XM177s. I mean, just for backguard and plinking, they're alright.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
what
absolutely.
we're doing at the time, really.
Yeah.
But that MP5 SD5 was a game changer. Because it was like the first proper AG any of us had.
the branded one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got an MP5K for like 90 quid. But he couldn't find a battery for it anywhere.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is back before like everything was on the internet. So this is like 2000. The internet was a bit shit. There was no like...
You had to go. What was it? Target Technics.
I had the Target Technics down the
Yeah,
street, but they didn't
yeah.
sell. They just sold
Yeah.
like 12 gram BBs,
That was it.
really expensive cans of gas, some springers and mini electrics. But there's that model shop in Rottenstall that we rode our bikes to one time.
And I fell off my back.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But yeah, I remember because we used to like just have back gardening games and that, and everybody would be like Spring M16, Spring MP5 mini electrics, and I come out just my little non-blowback pistol, and like everybody's gone. I'm just going for a wee. I'll be right back. And come out with an MP5 and just fucking light everybody up. And they're like, "Where'd you get that from?" I'm like, "It arrived yesterday. It's amazing, isn't it?" But yeah, looking back on it, it was absolute game changer. Loved it.
Yeah, it was. Now you've mentioned that, my first P90, my TM P90 was
Yeah.
that was phenomenal. It never broke. The high caps were a bit
Shit.
wanky, but the standard was.
Yeah.
And it was so, when I had the suppressor on it. And
So quiet.
Yeah. I had the
Sound dampening foam on the inside.
on the and the gearbox. All you could hear was literally just BBs whistling past you.
Like my MP7.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I don't know why I left the MP7 off the list. Again, Tokyo Marui MP7.
Phenomenal.
The only upgrade I did to it were a longer tight barrel,
Yeah.
and then I put a can on the end, just this tiny stubby little suppressor, and from like 20 feet away, it's just like that's all you can hear. Amazing. But we were only doing like 240 feet per second.
Well, that's all you need
But
from an MP7.
CQB.
Yeah.
And no, I tell a lie, the other upgrade we did, you bastardised that battery for me, so I could put.
Oh yeah. That was Area 51.
Probably.
Yeah.
Basically, we took the normal micro battery, pulled it apart, so you've just got the plug at the bottom, soldered 2 wires onto it so they came out, put a connector on, put a LiPo in a
fast as
battery
you
box.
want.
It's probably why it kind of shit itself up and
Crack the
blew up.
gearbox.
Destroyed the gearbox. I've still got it. It needs some work doing. I'm thinking of actually picking up a well one.
Didn't you have a well gearbox?
I have a well gearbox, but they're slightly different dimensions for some reason.
Right.
Everything else fits perfectly, but the gearbox is a little bit different.
Right.
Bit disappointing, but I might just pick up a well one because like 85 quid.
No, I had a well MP7.
Yeah.
I swore by it until I started messing with it and I broke
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's what I'm going to do this time. I'll buy the well MP7,
Just
put
leave
the
it.
suppressor on, put a EOTech on it and a little flashlight, maybe one of them ones that you just...
Yeah.
and then I'll run that as like a CQB, especially if we start going to this labyrinth side because it's so fucking close.
No, that'd be phenomenal. Yeah. Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah. So that's the best and worst of Airsoft.
Yeah. Speaking of, on that, what's your favourite gun that you've upgraded from scratch? Because just as you were saying stuff, just all the memories came flooding back, and I was just shit, why have I not mentioned that?
Now this is my second AK, the AK Spetsnaz.
Oh my god, yeah.
See, I didn't upgrade it from scratch. I got somebody else to upgrade it. Guy called Mark, or Fortress Ambush. He used to fortify guns, which basically had a list of parts that he used to put in. It was a M100 spring, a metal piston head, full unvented cylinder, some kind of hardcore gear, I don't know what gears they put in, and a tight bore barrel. Everything was doing 350 dead on because it was a metal piston. It was like bang, 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 and it was the loudest, most obnoxiously aggressive gun ever. But it was so tiny as well, and it was like just reaching the fuck out there. And I had this at one point. I had this ridiculously long scope. It's like short rifle, massive scope on it. It's like absolute beast. Like 600 round mags as well. Ridiculous.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Then at one point I decided that I didn't want to use an AK anymore. Bought an M16.
Yeah.
Put all the parts from that into the M16, and the AK was never the same again. When I put the parts back in, and it. I think it was just Fort's magic hands when he put them in. It just like licked every bit. And
beautiful, can you ever again?
But saying that, he used to work in like the real firearms industry, and built himself. It basically somebody challenged him to make the most powerful APS-2 he could.
Yeah.
So the idea was he was going to build an APS-2 that would never be fired at a person, and it wasn't.
Until Plumber picks it up.
So it was completely custom. He had a really amazing APS-2 anyway, and he just used the body off that. Completely hand-carved stock, beautiful. And then he like CNC'd his own piston, cylinder, and everything. Mm-hmm. Basically, he got an APS to fire close to 800 feet per second. But you should have seen, it took 2 people to cock it. It was ridiculous. And he's a massive guy. But everybody crowded round the chrono, and we're firing it at cans and that. We're destroying everything. This is with 43s as well. So on 200s, that's going to be doing a lot more than that.
Oh.
On 200s, on .2s.
we know what you mean.
200 gram BBs. Fuck that. But yeah, that AK Spetsnaz, amazing. Again, that was TM.
Yeah.
So the general consensus here is TM are shit hot.
They are until you mess with them.
Yeah. See, I was saying this. I was saying this to somebody the other day. Like, I remember back in the day when 270 feet per second was the level playing field, and then you get somebody who'd come up and go 330. You're like, shit, this guy's a god. He's got 330 FPS. No way, don't shoot me with that. And then you get one guy with a 500 FPS bolt action. You're like, but 90% of players on the site were doing 270 to 280, and that were it. And this is only like 2000 to 2002.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. And then when it was mainly, I think, when the Chinese, like the ACM boom came out, and they were coming over here at like 350 out of the box.
Coming over with your 350s.
Coming over with your big
taking
high FPS.
270s.
Taking our jobs. Yeah. So what about you? Sure.
It's Tokyo Marui.
Again.
It was the... I seem to remember trading the P90 for it. It was the Tokyo Marui G3A3.
Oh my god.
It was full plastic.
I remember this.
And I got the Classic Army full body kit. So, metal receiver,
metal
plastic body kit. Yeah, metal body kit. Metal cocking tube, metal receiver, and I got some internals for it. I got a brand new barrel. And God, that thing was just...
I remember that thing.
Yeah,
that was the time that I had my MP5 longbow as well.
You did? Yeah.
Which was actually my original MP5 SD5.
Yeah.
I just put a longer barrel in it.
Bastardized it.
Yeah.
No, that thing just... And you know what? Apart from a few electrical gremlins, and that was pretty much... all I think, thinking back now, all it needed was the... just a few, wires tightening, and I think that would have sorted it, but... that thing just shot for miles.
But the only issue we had here was that when you assembled it...
Oh, no, God. Yeah,
when you put it together, you had to put it together with a hammer.
Yeah. that was
I remember the day you came up...
That was Classic Army, though. That's what you had to do back then.
Yeah. remember that day where
Probably in the
you
attic.
told me to come over and I got a lift over. In fact, no, I rode my BMX. I used to ride my bike over to yours all the time. So yeah, and we were just like, I was holding it and you were hitting it with a hammer. And I'm like, oh! Just trying to get the cocking tube on. Shit, man.
Oh, that was phenomenal. Yeah. No, then that I just after because it went from being like a toy gun because it was all
Like super plastic that you could bend.
yeah
and it
yeah
creaked.
because the G3 was so bend because it was so long it was so bendy and then you just got
It
you
was the
went
one
from
where
that
if you put the stock on the floor and hold the barrel, you can do this.
Yeah.
And it looks like when you do that with a pencil.
yeah but it just went from that to like being a real gun because of the weight and the feel of it, and that was my favourite ever upgrade. That
And we had that scope on it, the 3 to 9 scope.
and I had bipod on it, and where did we? It was ambush, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Walking around with that, and it was M16A2, I believe.
Yeah, that's the M16 that I bought.
with a 203 on the bottom, and just not getting very far, and just being like,
oh fuck this. Yeah.
hung over. Good times.
Yeah, that's the M16 that I bought.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, alright. That was phenomenal. That one.
That I put metal. I completely rebuilt that gun from scratch. That were another one where you put stuff on the floor and do this, and it wobbles like fuck.
Yeah.
So I put a Classic Army receiver on it, Classic Army metal gearbox, like the reinforced gearbox.
Yeah.
And I had to buy a one-piece hop unit because the receiver was different.
Right. Yeah.
So every time I upgraded something, I had to change something,
Oh,
and it
nice.
ended up completely. The only thing that were original was like the stock. But I didn't have the original stock by the end because I got that janky. I think it's by a company called Just, like the sniper stock where it had like a thumb hole in it, and you had to like unscrew the butt plates, put the battery in, and that. And
Yeah.
And it was the cheapest, nasty. It looked amazing until you got it, and it felt so shit. Yeah.
Oh,
I just thought of another worst gun though.
go on.
G&G GR16.
You're gonna have to jog.
Or it were a GR something, like a GR, whatever their M4 was.
Yeah.
Basically, it's G&G's M4.
Where were you skirmishing it?
I never got to skirmish it.
Oh, right, with the Agnes. I can't
So-
remember ever using that one.
Exactly. So I bought it. I can't decide if I bought it brand new or second hand. But I bought it, and from the word go, it would not shoot an automatic. So it would just semi all the time, and then I flick it to auto, and it would just semi. And then I took it apart, checked everything. I took the gearbox out, just put the pistol grip on the gearbox, and put the motor in. Put it back in the body, nothing.
That's so bizarre, isn't it?
So it absolutely fucking cursed. So I ended up getting rid of it, put it on the forums, and I sold it for like 50 quid less than what I paid for it, whatever. Like, it's fucking janky as fuck. Doesn't fire an automatic no matter what you do, so whatever. This guy bought it off me, then sent me a message when it arrived, when I feel really guilty, mate. I'm like, wow, what's up? He goes, I got it out of the box and it just fires on automatic, it's fine. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Just doesn't like you.
Didn't like me at all. But it rock solid, amazing feeling gun, just...
See, I'd love to find a company that I'm happy with, that you get this rock solid feel and reliability. I know people probably always point towards RTS, but I still, I don't know, just... I'm not a fan of split gearboxes or...
I love them.
No. Give us a version 2 any day, and I'll just... If someone could put a version 2 in something as solid as, say, like an ICS or something like that, I'd be happy.
Let's just build something.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a project I'm thinking of doing. Building an M4 from scratch.
Mm.
But it kind of evolved. Like, I was talking to Elliot about it, because he was talking about building his SPR, and I wanted to build a DMR as well.
Yeah.
So it ended up, the project is going to be building an M4 DMR upper for my M4.
Mm-hmm.
So mine's rear wired, so
Yeah,
all I
yeah.
need to do is pop the pins and then put this on. I'm going to MOSFET my gun so it's only semi,
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't used automatic on that M4 in
Forever. Well, it's-
forever.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
my
we don't do it. 'cause
It's
It's SWAT,
one
isn't
in
it?
my pocket. Business card, all this. So basically, if I do that and then get an M16, I want to get the M16A4 with a RAS
Yeah.
upper, put a big scope on it, then Prometheus, Mad Bull, Black Python barrel, because that's my definitive go-to barrel.
Yeah.
Shark fin, red hot rubber, and then an M120 spring in the. Obviously, do the upper gearbox up to fuck as well.
Yeah.
So then we can be like playing. I'm just gonna go back and get my DMR, just switch it over.
Nah, you should just keep it in the back and just be like,
I can't be asked carrying shit about like that. I'm like running through a doorway and get caught. But yeah, I think that's definitely what I'm gonna do.
see, I don't know where I want to go next, because I know I want an AK. I just don't know where to go.
Have you seen the Magpul sort of AK? The really modern looking...
Yeah. Give us a nasty old looking. The one I was looking at was on 01. Was the APS 74. There's a tactical, or there's a standard, or there's a U. I'm thinking just the standard one, but you can get like a weathered looking grip. You can get like the shiny, like orangey,
brand
yellowy,
new,
woody,
laminated wood.
Yeah. Or you can get like a weathered one, and it just looks beat up to fuck. I think it looks awesome. I think that's probably where I'm gonna go. Something nasty looking, and I'll obviously sand the metal down, get it look beaten up. I think that'll look beautiful.
Like your old AK-46.5.
Yeah. Shit, yeah, I forgot about that. You know what? I completely forgot I had an AK. I was like, oh, I've never had an AK before, but yeah, shit, there was that, wasn't there? How did that fire?
That was only doing like 250 feet per second, but it fired for miles.
I cannot remember at all, even using that, apart from up at the quarry.
We used it at Jungle Way before we made Alamo. It just... Anyway. Yeah. So we've been going for like a half hour now, so I reckon we should probably end an episode here.
Boom.
So yeah.
Probably have more subjects next time.
Yeah. We can do another one in a minute, because there's still other shit I want to talk about. And when Elliot should be coming down soon, so I'm being commented on. Sweet. So if Elliot comes down, we'll get him in on the next episode.
Definitely.
Right, so that's been episode 1 of... We call it Balls Deep, didn't we?
Balls Deep.
Balls Deep. CBMPC TV's podcast, Balls Deep. I'm Agaz.
I'm Des.
Remember, kids, the air may be soft, but our balls are hard. I really don't know how to end this. I just stopped recording.